Welcome to Words of Light for Today, a teaching ministry that shares godly principles while giving spiritual insight and divine revelation from the Word of God for the everydayness life brings. Be richly blessed as we join Linda Adkins.
Everything we do, everything about us is all about decision. Nothing doesn't just happen to you, you decide. Whether you well, I didn't decide to do that. Yes, you did. You decided to do that. You may see the outcome of it and wish to God you hadn't have decided to do it, but that's what you did. You decided, and you may not like the outcome, but you decided. So everything is a decision. Everything about us is decision. Very few things that happen just happen. And if we get that through our head, we'll understand that what we're saying causes things. What we say today causes things to happen tomorrow. Amen. So you need to understand that. The way you talk right now is going to outfit what you see Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. What you're saying is causing things to come about in your days ahead. So that's what you see. You need to decide what you're going to say before you say it, because words are creators. Words create. Every time God got ready to do anything, He spoke. That's why He gave us the ability to speak. And when you speak, you create. You either create a mess or you create what you want to see. And sometimes you create things you wish you didn't see. Mm-hmm. So you need to be careful about what you're saying. Mm-hmm. So, you see, your decisions can make you afraid. After you see what you decided, then you get fearful. And so one of the things we said last week was, if fear keeps you from making a decision, generally it's because you have a fear of failure. You fear failing. You don't want to fail. So here's what happens. You won't step out. You won't start a business. You won't go for a promotion. You won't let them promote you on a job. You don't want to do anything because of a fear of failure. But then we said, what if failure wasn't in the equation? What if failure was taken out of everything? Would you do it then? Would you start your own business? Would you do what was in your heart? Would you go for the job? Would you go for the promotion? Would you, if failure was not an object? Most people would say, well, yeah, if I wasn't going to fail, sure, yeah. Well, you see, now you can see where your insecurities are. Your insecurities are in failure and what somebody's going to say if you fail. But what if you don't fail? And see, failure is not an object if You don't quit. You haven't failed unless you stop. So even if it didn't turn out the way you wanted it to on this try, that doesn't mean you're going to stop trying. That doesn't mean you're going to give up. But see, fear will talk you out of it. They watched you do that. They saw you do that. Now, if you try that again, they're just going to laugh at you. See, the Bible's all full of that. How people got afraid because somebody else was going to laugh at them. The Bible is full of this. Amen. And that's why God said, don't partner up with anybody like that. And if anybody's afraid, send them home. Get them away from the fighting men. Don't have men that are afraid around those that are going to go to battle. Amen. It's infectious. That's right. That's why when I've got something to really push through and get from God, I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want you talking to me. I don't want you hugging me. I don't want you talking to me. I don't want you telling me your problem. I don't want you doing anything. Well, just let me tell you one more thing before you pray. No, I don't know where I have to be with this. I don't want to hear nothing else. Because you see, you get all tangled up with flesh, and you get all tangled up with stuff, and you're going to go before Him in error. And you go before Him in error, and He's not going to hear you. I have to have Him hear me. Amen. You need Him to hear you. He said for us, when you come to me, you bring with you words that are accurate, words that I can work with, words that I know. Let me know that you know what you're talking about. Let me know that you know how to ask me for something. A lot of people just go to God and beg. You don't have to beg God. Just go talk to Him. You don't have to talk to Him like He don't know what's going on and you're the only one that's privy to it. For Lord's sakes. He knows the in and out of the thing. You don't even have to tell Him the problem. You just have to tell Him what you see and where you're going to be in the thing. And you need to go before Him without fear. Without fear. No fear. He sees the thing. He sees the thing. He sees the end of the beginning of the thing and the end of the thing. Now He wants to walk us through the thing. But if you can't even start, you know what? He's not going to start either. And He's not going to send anybody to tell you what to do. Well, I just need somebody to help me. You know, I just need somebody to tell me what to do. Well, He's not going to send nobody to tell you what to do. You get down and pray. Amen. He wants to hear you. He wants to hear from you. This is the thing, like He told Abraham, this thing is between me and you. Now, if you come for counsel, if you need counsel, then while you're talking to counsel, you're going to hear what you need to hear, usually out of your own mouth. Oh, God. But see, He's going to require something from you, like get rid of all known enemies. How much of a reset have you already started? See, we're already going to go, we're looking straight into 6 months. And how much of a reset have you done in your life? When you heard about it in January, 6 months, has passed. He's given us 6 months to reignite. How on fire are you? You sound real hot. How established are you? See? 6 months of it. How much growth? I mean, even the crepe myrtle trees are putting on some. All of them don't have blooms yet, but at least they got some new leaves. I mean, even the pecan trees have put back on all their leaves. And when this year started, they were completely bare. I mean, and even when you got to March, they still didn't have any leaves. But from March until now, they're fully covered. Regrowth. Regrowth. How much have you got? We went to this part about reaction, and then we said that Jesus never reacted. He never reacted to anything. And there are 3 levels of reaction. 3 levels of reaction. The level of reason, the level of good conduct, the level of God's life. The first level, the level of reaction is you're temperamental. You get angry, mad. People say something, and there's always going to be a reaction. Even with your phone ringing, there's a reaction. Your phone rings, you say hello, reaction. There's a reaction to everything. Good conduct reaction just means something happens, you sort of react patiently. You can react patiently. Sometimes you don't always. The last level is the transcendent reaction. That's how Jesus reacted, and the only way to act that way is to have the life of Christ in you. And that is what we are all trying to obtain. Oh, my Lord. You see, he said to us, my ways are higher than your ways. The way he does things, we don't do things like he does things. We don't see things like he sees things. He sees things through righteousness. We see things through, they don't deserve that. Mm-hmm. But we deserve it. They don't deserve it, but we deserve it. Mm-hmm. Yep. See, just through ordinary experiences, reaction happens. People talk, we feel happy. People talk, we get mad as a dog. Mm-hmm. Reaction. Always. You can't get away from reaction. People say something, your eyebrows go up in your hair. What did they say? What? Reaction. Did you hear that? Oh, just don't pay attention to that. Just take that with a grain of salt. But it was reaction nonetheless. See, reaction. Irritated, provoked. We defend ourselves. Let me tell you my side. Jesus never told his side of anything. He understood me. When everybody got up and walked off, he was preaching to them. And everybody but the disciples got up and walked away. The whole bunch. The whole bunch left. All but the 12. And he turned to them and he said, don't y'all want to go too? And they said, well, we don't know where to go. You have the words of life. Amen. So we better stay where life is, huh? If we're going to stay out of failure and we're going to make the right decisions and we're going to do what he wants us to do, and we're going to learn how to live in this transcendent life, then we better stay where he is in this life. Right? Matthew 5:33. Again, you have heard that it has been said of them of old time. Let's see if I want to go up that far. No, I don't. Here's where we want to go. 38. We want to go to 38, verse 38. You have heard that it has been said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But I say unto you that you should not resist evil. But whosoever shall smite you on your right cheek, turn to him the other also. And if any man should sue you at the law and take away your shirt, let him have your coat also. And whoever shall compel you to go a mile, go with him 2 miles. Give to him that ask of you, from him that would borrow of you, turn not away. Oh my goodness, those are hard sayings. A lot of people wouldn't like it. But here's what happens. You see, you have to look at this like he was looking at it, because a Roman rather die than be slapped. That was a disgrace to them that they could not take. And to turn the other cheek, that was impossible, because it was a total disgrace to them. Because it was the face. The face was the place of pride. So when he said to them, if they slap you on the right cheek, turn to the left cheek. You see, most people don't have that left cheek mentality. You slap them and you're going to get slapped back. They're going to knock you out. But you see, don't forget that last week we said Christians should not have non-Christian reactions. But we do. Christians should not have non-Christian reactions. So he said, turn to the other cheek. So that was a matter, he was dealing with a matter of pride, a disgrace of pride in us. Now, he said, if they want your shirt, give them your coat. Listen, that was a legitimate possession. So, you see, what he was saying there, don't let your possessions control you. Amen. And sometimes our possessions do. That's mine. That's mine. You see, and we have that. Babies are like that. Babies learn, and babies learn quick. That's mine, and what you've got's mine too. If yours twirls better than mine, I'm taking yours. Now, we got a little year-old baby. Well, she might be 13 months old or so. Well, she was floating around, ever so calm in her little floaty thing in the water until watermelon come into play. Well, Bo had watermelon, so he come down in the water where she was floating around very calmly, and so she saw that watermelon, and she had to have some of it. So Bo broke it off and gave her some. He shared. Well, then Bo ate the rest of it. Well, when she got through with hers, she wanted more. And let me tell you something. That little honey doll, when Bo didn't have no more to give her, let me tell you, reaction like this. She started coming up out of that thing that she was in. She was in this little tube, with this little thing over her so the sun didn't get her. And I mean, she started climbing up out of that thing. She was coming after Bo or whoever was passing out that watermelon. Because I'm getting more. So either you go get it or I'm getting it. She's fixing to walk on water. You never seen such a reaction. And I mean, her face, she had the action and the reaction. And I said, look at that sugar. And I said, get her some more, somebody. But that was precious. I wish somebody had videoed it. Let me tell you, we have legitimate possessions, legitimate. Nobody has a right to take them away from us. They don't have a right to sue us for our shirt. But he said, if they do, don't worry about it. If your Father in heaven sees you, you don't have to worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't let possessions control you. Don't let somebody slap in your face disgrace you. You're not disgraced. You've just come up over pride. Okay. So then he said, if they compel you to go a mile, go 2 miles. Well, see, the first mile, you don't have a choice in. First mile, they're making you do it. They're not asking you to do it. They're telling you to do it. You go this mile. You don't have a choice. They're in authority over you. They're telling you, you go this mile. So you have no choice in this. But the second mile, you have complete choice. The second mile is all about your will. And see, if you go the second mile, that means that you have complete control over your own self-will. He was giving us a complete example here of how we take victory over pride and the reaction to it, victory over our possessions and the reaction to somebody trying to take them away from us, and victory over somebody making us do something in our own self-will. That second mile is up to us. The first mile we don't have no choice in. But the second mile, I choose to do it. My God. Reaction. Reacting like he does. Reacting like him. Being delivered from the things that I need to be delivered from. Being set free from things that I need to be set free from. Understanding what it is that he wants me to understand. They said this. They said an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, but that's not what this means. This is what this means. I'm showing you the way to get rid of disgrace and pride. I'm showing you the way to get rid of having your possessions take control of you. Some people over a little wad just gets miserly. And they have nothing. And they protect it like somebody's going to take it away from them. I've seen homeless people with buggies full of junk fight over their buggy full of junk, afraid that somebody's going to take some of that junk out of that buggy. And there ain't 50 cents worth of stuff in it. Isn't that sad? Possessions, free from possessions. But you don't get controlled or possessed by your possessions. That's what he was trying to say. If they want your shirt, give them your coat. If they slap your face, just turn the other. And you know what? They'll never slap it, because the love of God has such a shield. He didn't say and let them slap it. He just said turn it. They can't slap a man that will turn his cheek. They can't slap the left cheek. They can't slap it, because the shield of the love of God protects them. Never has a man that has turned his left cheek been slapped. Never. Never in here. He doesn't say and let them slap it. He just says, turn your cheek. My God, people. He was telling us how to live the rest of our life. How to live the rest of our life without reactions controlling us. You're always going to have reactions. You'll never live here without reactions, but they will never control you.
You have been watching Words of Light for Today with Linda Adkins. For prayer or a free CD of today's message, please call 904-289-9727. Visit our website at wordsoflight.org, where you may order explosive and anointed teaching messages or other great resources from our bookstore. Be blessed and join Linda Adkins next time as she brings Words of Light for Today.